A few years ago, I was taken to a performance of a troupe of acrobats from China. Those young people performed complicated contortions and balancing acts I would never have dreamed of trying even when I was their age. It was remarkable what they were able to do. Sometimes I was quite afraid for them. They were doing things on stilts and on the high wire that I could never have done on solid ground. My thoughts went back to my childhood visits to the circus, to a tightrope act by a famous troupe called the Flying Wallendas. It seemed to me they were up there as high as the moon, with no safety net under them. Up on the high wire they rode bicycles and sat on stacks of chairs and did all sorts of crazy things. My heart was always in my mouth. I was so afraid for them. My mind also drifted back to a certain picture hanging over our bed as children. It depicted two kids lost in the woods trying to cross a stream. Behind them was their guardian angel, helping them safely across. As I watched those high-wire artists as a child, I always whispered a prayer to their guardian angels that they would stay up on the wire. Now I looked up at these Chinese artists and thought, I don't know if these young people realize they have a guardian angel, but I know they do, and so I'm going to pray to their angel. And I did. Today is the feast of the guardian angels. We are never too old to realize that we have guardian angels taking care of us. When I saw the people on that high wire, I also realized that every one of us is walking a tightrope, and every one of us is about ready to fall. It only takes a split second, and everything around us can come tumbling down. Perhaps we're not literally gyrating on a pile of chairs or on a bicycle several hundred feet in the air, but our life is a tightrope nonetheless, and things can come crashing down so quickly. Perhaps it is our financial status, and perhaps our health status or emotional status. Perhaps it is our happiness, our friendships, our loved ones. Everything is held so precariously in place. We are all in need of a special guardian angel to keep us on that tightrope called life. When I got home from that performance, I couldn't sleep, remembering what they looked like so high in the air. I thought of my favorite poet, a Hungarian by the name of László Mécs, who was one of the best poets of the 20th century and also happened to be a priest. A certain poem of his came to my mind, and so in the wee hours of the morning I got up and translated it. It goes like this. So many fears, so many tears, and even in the best of times, terror lurks inside our minds. For all that is hangs dangling in air from the nail of a moment on a thread finer than hair. What have you done, O clockmaker? You have entrusted the hands of time to a spring finer than hair, that is wound by the tension of the moment till it snaps, and forever the clock is still. What have you done, O gardener? Who can nourish and water your tree through roots finer than hair? What will become of the flower whose rootlets are gnawed through by the mice of time? What have you done, O Creator? In the crown of creation, in the man and the woman, run veins finer than hair. The mice of time lie in wait to devour our hearts, watch spring finer than hair. The universe, that dazzling Christmas tree, hangs from a thread finer than hair, and holds the sun, the moon, the earth, and the stars on a thread finer than hair. Happiness, that bright Christmas tree, hangs from a thread finer than hair. Its ornaments too, our loves and our loved ones, a thread finer than hair. Our Christmas hangs from the hand of God on a thread finer than hair. Any instant can come the end of time. Terror lurks inside our mind. All of us walk that tightrope of life. All of us are on the high wire. All of us are suspended from a thread finer than hair. We need guardians around us. We need someone to keep us safe, to keep us from falling, to keep us on the right path, to keep us from harm. Today we remember that we do have special guardian angels. Some of those angels were created as angels in the real sense of the word. Others are people we knew and loved here on earth, perhaps parents or grandparents, perhaps friends or neighbors, people already on the other side, but still watching over us. And there are guardian angels right here as well. People still living and breathing, people God sends into our life to keep us safe from harm, to keep us on the path of light, to keep us from stumbling and falling off that tightrope finer than hair. Increase our faith, cried the apostles. It is that faith, that trust, that keeps us connected to the thread, keeps us from falling off. May God continue sending us angels, whether in heaven or on earth, to increase that faith, that trust, and so keep us walking steadfastly on the tightrope of life, holding us lovingly and securely on that gentle thread finer than hair.